Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to No Flag Radio. It's your boy P in this thing once more. Kicking facts. Today we talking about Alan Maloney. So he's the coach that cut the young man Andrew Johnson's hair December 19th this year. And we all know the story. The young man was within regulation of the wrestling rules. Every specialist that I've read up on says that it had to be banded, tucked, or wrapped up as far as the hair is concerned, and he fit the description, right? But this Alan Maloney, he didn't want to see a black man with dreads, so he made him cut it, right? We also know that all this was just bleed over from some jealousy that this Maloney character had. He got slammed at a off-campus party by a black man. It was a black ref, actually. They was at a ref sort of gathering at an apartment somewhere. Because he was at an off-campus engagement talking about nigga, and got slammed. He got slammed so hard that he said he even forgot that he called him a nigga. You understand? The old I forgot. That must have been one hell of a slam, boy. And of course, he didn't fight back. He didn't square up. He didn't ask him to cut his hair. Straight up. I mean, he didn't do shit because he a bitch, right? And I just think he carried that angst with him for a couple years. This shit happened in 2016, some shit. So when the white supremacist male is fat and you can't fight back, them white supremacist males, they hold that shit in. They be mad. And they take it out on somebody who can't readily whoop their ass back, or who's in a situation that they can't readily whoop their ass back. Like a woman, like a child at a wrestling match, right? And we see this the type of shit they do, right? And as of now, nobody has said what I'm about to say. And I've listened to everybody talk about this issue, but everybody seems to be talking around it. But I'm going to bring it up precisely because I made a point about it in another video y'all might remember from this summer. Andrew Johnson got a white mama. So this goes back to my post. White women can't raise a black warrior class. That's the one where I got Obama in the thumbnail crying and shit. You know what I'm saying? Obama, y'all remember he stayed crying in front of white people. He's the most cryingest president America has ever had. Nobody cried as much as Obama. We saw this shit, right? And in that video, I went in on Charlize Theron. She was the bitch that, was doing child abuse, putting her son in a dress, child abusing him, and falsely claiming that the kid is making the decision to wear the fucking dress. Watch that video again. They cannot raise a black warrior class. White women in particular. They can only raise and keep up an environment that's good enough to ascend to the low bar of masculinity that white males subscribe to in a system of white supremacy. To raise a white male in a system of white supremacy, all you got to do, if you're a white woman, all you got to do is never punish the kid. Tell him that there's no rules that exist ever in place to punish you. You tell him he can rape kids. You tell him he can rape men. You tell him he can rape women. You tell him he can rape the air. He can rape the land. He can rape the sea. You know what I'm saying? Tell him he can shoot up schools and get taken in alive. Tell him he can kill black women in a domestic situation in a relationship and get taken in alive. Tell him he can take as much fentanyl as he'd like and he's not going to die. Of course, we know that's not how that happens, but you get to tell him that. You get to tell him that anyway. You get to have a high IQ. And you get to tell him that he's better than everybody in the world and just send him on his way. Just send him out into the world and hope don't nobody knock his brains out his fucking head because they not trying to hear none of that stupid ass shit that his mama taught him. That's what I'm saying. So it brings the question, in that video, it's like, damn, think about it. How many African kingdoms where a black man rules successfully to the optimization of black people? Because it's about what you raise reaching some sort of optimal level. How many African kingdoms, just an example, or warriors or whatever, were raised by white women during their time of rule and up until their time of rule? How many of them had a white mama? I'll wait. None of them. None of them. So I hope y'all don't think I'm just making up my analysis out of thin air. All right. This lady, her name is, I believe it's Rose Santiago-Johnson. This Rose Santiago-Johnson, she couldn't raise a Malcolm X or a Khalid Muhammad in that house without having a nervous breakdown. You understand? Let alone be in the room with a Malcolm X that she may have met in life or Khalid Muhammad that she met in life and not have a nervous breakdown. You know what I mean? Just due to all the light information that's required to upkeep a black person. We got to get scientific at times. And, I'm good at this. Y'all know I came through that type of study. So let's do that. Just due to all the light information being transmitted in the room, period. The building powers of a white woman or a white female in a system of white supremacy, they aren't tuned to that of a top-notch original woman kind of level, a black woman kind of level, right? Her people raising skills, her black people raising skills are lackluster. I mean, just think about it. She can only successfully make neutered, simpy, sappy, soppy, soft black males. That's what the system wants, and that's what comes out of it. That's the output this system wants, and that's what they're wired genetically to do. Same with black girls. What is a white woman going to raise with a black girl under her jurisdiction? She's going to raise a simpy, soppy, sappy, punk, weak black woman. Think about that shit. But back to the issue. This Rose Santiago-Johnson, all she knows is to bend to the whims of a white supremacist system. Wherever white supremacy has a gripe or a complaint about a black issue, right? All she's known since she was a little girl or a child was to genuflect to the social norms of white supremacist society. Even if that normalcy is, well, your black son, he's not breaking a rule, but a fat racist white dude just showed up and walked into the building and wants him to bow down to what he has to say today. Y'all see that? That's what you get when you fuck with white chicks, black men. Just want to throw that out there. She's going to raise your son not to stand up for himself. Like in this case with Andrew Johnson. She's going to raise him to get whooped out here by a nigga like me or like my little nephew. You know what I'm saying? He finna get embarrassed out here over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Just for the facts. Just because of living. For the sake of living. It's going to be bad. So just think about that shit. Black men and black people, we are light beings. And only light beings can raise us up to our optimal level. These other sparsely melanated, / pheo melanated Neanderthal derivatives, their bodies can't even hold light, like sunlight, without going into rapid decomposition. We're going to talk a little science, because I like this shit, all right? So just me speaking to y'all, if you black, just me speaking to you is light information that your melanocytes can transport. It's photon information, photonic information. It's literally being transported by your melanin, and you filter it through using your consciousness as it pertains to being useful or not. Like, you break it down and decide, is this useful or not? You determine that if you black. But a white woman, white man, they can't do that kind of job. You know what I'm saying? We know they hear worse than us because of melanin. We know they see worse than us because of their lack of melanin. Their sense of smell is worse than us because of their lack of melanin. Their taste, all of that is degraded due to their recessive form of melanin, is what I want to say. So, what do you think she's going to raise? What do you think your white woman is going to raise? What do you think Rose Santiago is capable of raising? Or Rose Santiago out there, what do you think they're capable of raising if left in the jurisdiction of a black man child? That's all I'm saying. And for anybody that's brainwashed and stupid on my channel talking about, oh, it's going to be the same outcome. As long as it's love in the home, as long as it's care, and that's some bullshit, right? Her love and care, it didn't even make its presence felt when her son was being stripped of his hair, stripped of his energy antennas publicly. She probably don't even understand it as energy antennas because her straight hair don't work like that. As her son was being stripped of his hair, you know what I mean? It's being humiliated. He was basically in tears. The boy was in tears. Nobody ever said that, but he in tears. I'm seeing tears come down his face. You saw the look on his face? Her love didn't show up, did it? No, it didn't. Her love got scared of white supremacy, is what happened. Her love for his black behind bowed to racist white infrastructure. So that's just my point I'm trying to make. It's the equivalent of letting a Cocker Spaniel fucking raise a pit bull when you let a white man or a white woman raise a black child. Period. You get a Cocker Spaniel to raise a pit bull, that motherfucker ain't gonna know how to draw blood. That motherfucker ain't gonna know how to fight. It's gonna be fucked up because it's being raised by a punk ass Cocker Spaniel. So shit, straight the fuck up. What else? Anyway, I'm gonna do a post after this little punk ass Christmas bullshit holiday on how 2018 should have proven to black people that when white people run that logic of white supremacists only wear KKK robes and don the Confederate flag, you know, we see that from a lot of trolls. Well, you know, they're not a white supremacist. They don't have on a KKK robe. They used to try to run that shit on black people. I don't think they can hide that shit no more in 2018 after the year we've had. So I'm making a video on that. But that's just something they say to blow smoke up our ass. And pretty much my video on that is going to be about beating down the suspected white supremacist deceit they try to run with and gaslight us with that, hey, black people, you aren't really seeing what you're seeing. White supremacists must wear KKK robes. I mean, it's that kind of logic that they have been kicking part and parcel in their gaslighting of black people to try to make us not recognize and call out white supremacy for what it is, or whenever we do take efforts and recognize it and call it out and beat them over the head with what the fuck white supremacy is, they try to throw out little shit like that. So, you know, I'm going to do a video on that because, look, I was really inspired by this shit. The fact that it's a high school referee, you know what I mean? High school wrestling referee. You know what I mean? We're looking at a high school wrestling referee, and we know that it's the white supremacy has taken many forms this year, and we've been doing a lot of pinpointing it and calling it out in this different forms. But just seeing this video, it made me put a comment in the video that I saw this in. This was a Lisa Cabrera video that I first saw it in. I put it in the comments. Or was it Phil Evans? No, I think it was Lisa Cabrera. I put the comment in like, yeah, you know, this motherfucker is a high school referee. So anytime people say, you know, a white supremacist got to be wearing a KKK robe or a cake flag or some shit like that, I mean, we see this example and we see a whole bunch of other examples. So y'all gonna like that. But yeah, Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping. Get a job.